Dear friends, welcome once again to the sanctuary of reflection and awakening. Let me ask you, how many times have you sighed in the dark, whispering to yourself, why is life so hard? How many times have you wondered why pain seems endless, why disappointment returns no matter how hard you try, and why peace feels like something reserved for saints and monks, but never for you, today? Let us walk together into the heart of one of the Buddha's most illuminating teachings, the 8 sufferings. When we understand them deeply, something extraordinary happens. We stop asking, why, and begin to see that suffering is not punishment, it is the pathway to wisdom. The Buddha did not deny pain, he faced it directly. His first noble truth is simple but profound. Life involves suffering. This truth is not meant to make us despair, but to awaken us. Or only when we truly understand the nature of pain can we rise beyond it. Let us journey through these 8 sufferings not as victims, but as seekers of truth. The first is the suffering of birth. None of us remembers it, yet it marks the beginning of our human story. Newton's first cry is not a song of joy but of shock. Imagine leaving the warm darkness of the womb for the cold brightness of the world. That cry is our first confrontation with impermanence. From the very start, life demands adaptation. This initial pain reminds us that existence is not guaranteed. It is a miracle born of struggle. The second is the suffering of aging. When we are young, we believe time will wait for us. We run, dream, and life as if life were infinite. But then, one day, we look into the mirror and see a stranger staring back. Lines appear where there was once smoothness. Silence replaces speed. Memory begins to blur. But the real suffering of aging is not in the body. It is in the heart's resistance. We suffer not because we grow old, but because we wish to stay young. The wise learn to age gracefully, understanding that every wrinkle is a verse in the poem of life. The third is the suffering of illness. Illness humbles even the strongest of us. It reminds us that this body, so full of pride and ambition, is fragile and strips away illusions of control. But in that vulnerability lies a strange clarity. When sick, we see what truly matters: love, compassion, kindness. The Buddha taught that even sickness can be a teacher. If we observe it without resentment, it reveals the impermanence of all things, teaching us to cherish each breath. The fourth is the suffering of death, perhaps the most feared, yet the most certain. Death is the great mirror that shows us the truth of impermanence. It is not the end but a transformation, like a wave returning to the sea. The real pain of death comes from attachment, the clinging of the self to what it calls mine. But when we see through the illusion of ownership, we begin to sense peace even in endings. Death is not cruel, it is the echo of life's completion. These first 4 sufferings, birth, aging, illness, and death, are universal, and none can escape them. Yet the Buddha, out of compassion, revealed 4 more sufferings that arise from our relationships with the world and ourselves. The fifth is the suffering of encountering what we hate. Everyone has faced it: a colleague who irritates, a situation we cannot avoid, a memory that haunts us. The Buddha reminds us that this suffering does not come from others, but from our own resistance. When we fight what we dislike, we double our pain. But when we see everything as impermanent, even the unpleasant becomes a teacher of patience. The sixth is the suffering of separation from what we love. Love is beautiful because it connects hearts, but attachment makes it fragile. The pain of losing someone dear, whether through distance or death, can break us. Sad. Within that breaking lies a truth that the more we cling, the more we suffer. Real love is not possession, it is blessing. When you love without clinging, you no longer fear loss, for you understand that love itself never dies, it only changes form. The seventh is the suffering of unfulfilled desire, the ache of wanting what cannot be had. From childhood dreams to adult ambitions, desire drives us forward, yet also binds us. The Buddha did not say we must kill desire, only that we must see it clearly. When desire controls you, you are its slave. When you understand it, it becomes energy for compassion and creativity. The secret is not to stop wanting, but to want wisely. The 8th and final suffering is the suffering of the 5 aggregates, the constant turbulence of body, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. In simple words, it is the suffering of being human. Our thoughts shift, our mood swing, our identities change, and we call this chaos nigh. But this I is only a mirage. The moment you try to grasp it, it vanishes. When we realize that the self is fluid, not fixed, suffering loses its sharp edge. The Buddha never promised a world without pain. You promised liberation from ignorance, the root of pain. Ignorance is not stupidity, it is the forgetting of who we truly are. We think happiness depends on controlling life, when in truth, it depends on understanding it. Esther H. Sing Yun once said, "Suffering is not the enemy, it is the messenger of truth." Indeed, pain is not here to destroy us, but to awaken us. When we stop running from it, we discover its hidden message. Everything is impermanent, interconnected, and empty of self. So, how can we live with this understanding in modern times, surrounded by stress, desire, and fear? The answer lies in mindfulness. To be mindful is to stop struggling and start seeing. When you observe pain without judgment, you no longer drown in it. You become the witness instead of the victim. Try this. The next time you feel sorrow, say quietly, "This is sorrow." Do not say, "I am sad." The first creates distance. The second creates identity. The more you observe your emotions without claiming them, the freer you become. Slowly, the ocean of suffering turns into the river of wisdom. Life will never be free of challenges, but it can be free of bondage. The difference lies not in what happens to you, but in how you meet it. The enlightened ones still face sickness, loss, and death, but they face them with equanimity, because they no longer confuse pain with punishment. Let us remember the Buddha himself endured hardship. He left his palace, faced hunger, doubt, and temptation. Yet he found peace not by changing the world, but by awakening within it. The same potential lies in every one of us. So the next time you find yourself asking, "Why is life so hard?" take a deep breath. Instead of cursing the pain, bow to it. Say, "Thank you for teaching me." Each moment of suffering, when embraced with awareness, becomes a step toward freedom. In the end, the 8 sufferings are not chains, but keys, each one unlocking a deeper layer of understanding. To know them is to know life. To know life is to know peace. Thank you for watching this video. If this teaching touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe, so together we may spread the wisdom of awakening and help others transform their pain into understanding.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the Soulmate Test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now. http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.